Going into episode 3, we thought it was important with our contract ending in 10 days that we focus on avoiding the rumors that you hear on social media right now. The media is attacking us, we're hearing a lot of stories, and we just want to give some tips to the membership about keeping it clean and focusing on solidarity. We need each other more now than ever.
Be careful of social media. Be careful of social media. You can see what happened in our last presidential election, where there was a lot of misinformation that was put out along social media, and people would actually believe it. And so that's the one thing that I want my membership to be aware of, is to be careful of that social media and falling into the rumor mill. I don't know if a single committeeman or our chairman or any zone that would refuse to give any kind of information to our membership that is more reliable than Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Those things we have to be very careful for, because we've seen it here recently where it's being used to try and divide our local. And it's also being used to try and divide our national level as well. And if you don't think that General Motors isn't smart enough to see that, and they don't have a team that works directly to that, then you're sadly mistaken. They're a multi-billion-dollar organization, and they didn't get that way by being dumb. And they read the market, they read social media, they know how things are trending, and they know exactly how to try and put a wedge in between all of us. And that's the one thing that I really work for on the floor, is answering questions that I see and I hear about on social media. So just be careful.
If you hear something that you have a question on, maybe sometimes going straight to the source instead of, adding to it would be great. I know a lot of those managers get on social media and they're on the Facebook pages, and it's disheartening at times to hear them come and bring up issues that are on there that are between us, our union members. I would just implore everybody to go to the source and say, hey, I heard this or that, and let's dispel the rumors now instead of just letting them go, because the company loves it. And right now we need them out of our business, and we need to be one, and we need to be fighting for the people on the floor and us as one.
Social media, there's another aspect to it. We all know about the GM anti-harassment policy. We feel that they have taken the policy to a level where it's putting our people in harm's way. For anything they say is scrutinized. They have means of finding out what our social media sites are from our local that is being scrutinized and putting people in harm's way, and even putting them into a discharge, status where it normally wouldn't have. But during negotiations and contract years, this is their way of getting leverage on your locals and your international contract.
If you have complaints about your leadership or another employee, keep it within the ranks and come to that person and call them on it, and let them know what's going on. So many times management loves to see that, that break in the ranks where, somebody's mad at somebody. They thrive on it, and especially now during, negotiations, and with everything else going on. But it's important to me that the people know I work for them, and so does the shop committee. We're elected to work for you guys, and I take a lot of pride in that, and I know the shop committee does as well.
Anymore nowadays is putting our members against each other, because management doesn't step up and take care of the things that they need to do. They can't pay our people right. They can't make sure the equalization is run. They can't seem to manage anything. And then what it does is ends up pitting people against each other on the shop floor, because there is no leadership on their side.
I would not take my advice off of social media unless it's coming from your local leadership. If the chairman and shop committee puts something out saying, hey, it is time to walk, and we make that announcement, not only will we make the announcement through social media, it will be signed by us, we will also walk the floor and walk our people out of there in the instance that we're still working. And if we're not working, we can't very well walk anybody out. But
Those are our soldiers out there. You guys are our soldiers, and we need each and every one of you guys.
Thank you to our local leadership for taking the time to meet with us and allowing us to ask all the questions that we had. We hope you enjoyed this episode and stay tuned to next week's episodes of Solidarity Soldiers, where we will continue to use our footage we obtained from our local leadership at 2209.